Alright, for this example we're looking at our notes from 5.4. In your case it's also Algebra 3, 3.4. The equation, this time is in vertex form. And so we're given, in this particular, it might say you're given a vertex, it might say you're given a maximum or a minimum, because that's where the vertex is on the parabola. And this is given in functional notation. So if you look right here at this, that says it's a maximum. So in other words, our parabola opens down and it has a maximum point. And that point, the x value is here and the y value is here. So our vertex, which in our equation is hk, is 2, -1. So that's how you get that information from that particular problem. Now this other one is just a point. Right here, this is a point, again, you're going to use to find A, like we did before. So this point here, we're going to use to find A. Okay? And so it's just a regular point with an xy coordinate. And again, this is x and this is y. What's in parentheses is x. So it's -1, -7. And our basic equation for vertex form that we use, we have one for root form and we also have one for vertex form. It's y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. And the h is like the roots. You have to change the sign. The k is not. So let's put this vertex in this formula. So we set our vertex, we're going to put is in blue. So let's highlight those places in blue that we're going to put those. This is our h and this is our k. Okay? So we have y equals a times x minus 2 squared. You have to be sure to square that. And then plus a -1 plus your k. Now we want to get rid of any extra signs, any extra parentheses. So we've got x equals a times x minus 2 squared minus 1. Okay. Now again, to find a, we're going to take this x and y that we've got highlighted in yellow, and we're going to put those in for our x and y in this equation here and here. Alright, so our y is -7. So you're going to put -7 equals a times -1 minus 2 squared minus 1. Now this is a little harder to solve, or a little trickier to solve, than the root form, because we have this little -1 that's added extra here. So we're going to add 1 to both sides, and that's going to leave me with -6 here, is equal to a times -3 squared. -3 times -3 is 9a equals -6. And so when we come over here, we're going to say -6 divided by 9 is equal to 9 over 9a. So that's going to become 1a. Reduce this, they'll both divide by 3, so that's -2/3 is my value for a. And just like before, the instructions were to write the equation. So I need an equation as an answer. So it's going to be y equals, a is -2/3. We're making it look like this. So we put in our a. Now we have x minus 2 squared and then minus 1. And that's our final answer. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Here we have a minimum point, but that's still a vertex. So our hk, which is our vertex, I'll write that out, hk is 3, -5. And the point we're going to use for a, our xy that we're going to use, is 1, 2. Okay? So we start putting our h and k in. Y is equal to a times x minus 3 squared minus 5. Then we replace with the 1 and the 2. 2 equals a times 1 minus 3 squared minus 5. So we're going to add 5. You have to remember to do that first. 7 is equal to a times negative 2 squared. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, so that's 4a. When I divide by 4, 7/4 is my a value. And now I can just really take that if I want to, what you can see, and I'm just going to substitute this a back in here for, I'm going to put this a, let's see, and this a, I'm going to put this number in there instead. Okay. So I'm going to erase that a, and I'm going to write in 7/4, and that's my final answer. Okay, one more. These are from the notes of 3-4 that you were given in class. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this one has zeros. So this is a little trickier. It has zeros at -1 and 3, which this is the same as roots. Okay. And this is your vertex here, the maximum. So this is your HK. So value of 8. So that means we know the y value, but it's not given in functional form. So I've got to figure out the x value. Well, I know the y value is 8, but where is my vertex? Well, I know that if I have roots at negative, remember I could find the x value of the vertex when I'm given roots is root 1 plus root 2 divided by 2. So that's -1 plus 3, or 2 over 2, which is 1. So that's, my vertex x is always halfway between the roots. Now, because these are roots, they're on the x-axis, this also represents 2 points. This represents a point at -1, 0, and a point at 3, 0. So I can use these, either one, to find a. So let's go here. Now we've got plenty of information to do our problem. Y is equal to a times x minus 1 squared plus 8, because it's positive 8, we're going to add it. Now I'm going to use, because 3 is positive, and I'm going to use the 3 for my x. So I have 0 equals a times 3 minus 1 squared plus 8. This time we have to subtract 8 across. So -8 is equal to a times 2 squared. -8 is equal to 4a. And so when I divide then by 4, -2 is equal to a. So then I can go back and erase right here and plug in for my a -2, and I have my answer.